today is it's a very special day. Then you can see a lot of cars here. Usually there's no cars here. If I'm talking about a car, let me tell you that at the time of the British, it's Second World War, that was a church that belongs to the Italians. Italians were the good friends of the British, and they were kicked out from here, and they used it as an army camp. And one of the cars was right here, standing in the middle of the yard, and fell into the ground, and that's how they found lots of things like churches from the Byzantine time, a mikveh, Jewish ritual bath. That tells us that it was a very important Jewish house. Then there's so many things that happen here. Beautiful church, isn't it? Now, instead of reading you the Benedictus Dominus, the Zechariah songs in English, which you know it by heart, so there's so many tablets here, and we will look for the Hebrew one. In Hebrew, we are reading it from right to left. Are you ready with your prayer? And although, as I believe most of you know it by heart, then Baruch from the first. ברוך אדוני אלוהי ישראל אשר פקד את עמו ופדות שלח לו והצמיח לנו קרן ישועה בבית דוד עבדו כדבר אדוני מעולם ביד נביאי הקדושים. להושיעני מיד אויב ומיד כל שונא, לעשות חסד עם אבותינו ולזכור לעולם בריתו, אשר נשבע לאברהם אבינו, אברהם, להצילנו מיד אויב, לתיתו לעבדו בעין מורה, בקדושה ובצדק לפניו כל ימינו, ולך הילד, the child, נביא, prophet, עליון, יקרא, כי לפניו תלך לפנות דרך אדוני, להודיע ישועת אדוני לעמו, כי יסלח לחטאם, כרוב רחמיו עמנו, ודרך כוכב משמיים, בקוד יפקדנו, להאיר ליושבי חושך וצל מוות, ולשים פעמנו לדרך שלום. That's from Luke, in Hebrew, Lucas 1, Aleph. And that's from 68 to 79. I think that's the only one that you could actually understand. Then, now we know the story. Let us enter to the church, but before that, let me organize myself because I cannot enter with a hat on, and I need to drink a little bit because it's quite hot today. We are now in front of the birthplace of Mary, of John the Baptist. This is the house of Zechariah and the house of John the Baptist. I forgot to mention one thing, and that is very important. Remember that there's meaning of almost every name in Hebrew and Aramaic, but we are not using it. What's the real name of John the Baptist? No, not John. Yochanan. That's the name of the child. That's the name of it. In Hebrew, it's Yochanan Hamadbil. Yochanan, Yohan, for example. But the meaning of it is very beautiful. God has mercy on you. This is the meaning of Yochanan, and it was very important for me to tell you that. The church is new, but it was built on a 5th century church, 8th century church, Crusader church, and sadly for so many years they used the Muslims didn't allow the Franciscans and the Christians to build here a church, to use it as a stable. Then the story is of building, destroying. I don't want to talk all about it because I need, I think, 15 minutes to talk about what's happening here. But although they're cleaning the cars now, let me see if, I can go down because they're not there anymore. Remember that when the British were here, when they kicked out the Italian, they took care of the church in Italian, and the British were good friends at the Second World War. A car was here, parked here, just like the car here, and then it fell into the basement. And then they found so many evidence from the past. Sadly, it's not open to the public, and I'm not sure that you will see a lot. But what we found here is a mikveh, which is somewhere here. You can see that they actually mention a cistern, but it's not. We excavated, and at that time when they found it, they didn't understand that it's not a water cistern, it's a mikveh, Jewish ritual bath, that shows us that it was a priest families or Jewish families, and if they have their own mikveh, Jewish ritual bath, to purify their body, it means that they might be priests. But they found here churches and evidence for agriculture. They even find here a statue of Adonis and Venus that shows us that it might be a Roman place as well. Then they found a lot. One of the most important things that they found here is a mosaic floor with the inscription that said we built it for the martyrs. This is from the 5th century, not later than the 5th century, and I don't know it because there's a cross there. And from the 5th century, Theodosius at 427 denied, didn't let any more Christians to mark crosses on the floor just for fun. If it is a tomb, it's okay. They're still renovating the church. It's something like 2 years now. And it was built by the Spanish, and you can see that. I don't know if you ever seen it, but they cover it with beautiful tiles. But I'm not sure that you will see a lot of it. Yeah. Here you can see the mosaics with inscription. The Byzantine chapel held whole martyrs of God, right here. We don't know who were the martyrs. Is it the innocent children or not? But what we know is that it was a church facing to the east. You can see a little bit of the tiles. All the piece of art still not here. In that place, right there was, it's still, I'm sure that it's still here, a stone that we believe that John the Baptist as a child used to play with, and the Muslims wanted to use it as for plaster. They moved it, but God didn't let them use it, and they realized that they need to bring it back. Then they did it. You can see Mary. And San Francisco's and Clara. According to what some believe, this is part of the Crusader time. On the floor here. But until someone will really show me that, I won't know. The most important thing is the cave. But I think someone is praying there, then let's listen to him, and then I will enter. Let us enter to the cave, to the grotto. See the bedrock above. This is the exact spot of his birth of John. The meeting is here, and look like the temple. Oh, the head of St. John, the end of it. It's right there. John in the whiteness, and here he is baptized, Jesus. It's beautiful, isn't it? Then let me give you 1 or 2 minutes to pray in front of the birthplace of John the Baptist. Well, I hope that everything that you prayed for will come true. Matt, remember you asked me to light candles for your mother that is not with us, your parents. And although they didn't ask me to do it here, and I cannot do it here, I thought about you and the pictures that you sent me yesterday. I already printed it, and if I see a place that I can burn candles, I will do that. Not only in the places that you ask. And why? Because you're an amazing person. Then here you can see the Russian church, but if I go a little bit to the right, I don't know if you will be able to see. Let me see. Ah, yes, now you can see the tower of the Visitation Church, and I'm heading there because it is the Visitation Day. Ta-da-dum. Thank you for being with me, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you have some question to ask, don't even think twice. But you know what else to open? Let me ask the brother. And thank you for being with me. See you in my next video. Bye bye.